portion of the video where I'm about to do one of my favorite things that I've been doing for the past 3 years. You could almost call it a New Year's resolution, but I feel like it doesn't even come close to what I do, because I actually make a whole list of things I want to accomplish, things I want to work on in the year. And as the year progresses throughout the months, I actually end up doing all these things. Doing my mood board. My mood board is not a manifestation. It's none of that. It's just more like these are the things that I want to work to do and things that I hope will happen. So we're doing those two things. By the way, I just want to emphasize that every month I make a mood board that goes on my screen. This is the one I currently have here, also on my iPhone. Pictures that I include, things I know I'm going to be doing, like decorating, focusing obviously on reading, my Bible time, Pinterest. It's the end of the year, and every year around this time I make this exact video. Also me just looking forward to the next year. I am putting on my robe because it's -1 today. I think it feels like -7. And it's way too cold. Now on to the thing that actually matters. I am going into my iPad, a list of things that I want to accomplish in 2026, things that I want to work on as I continue to grow, get older. And obviously there are 3 main goals in my life. 1 is to follow Jesus, to be surrendered to Jesus, and 3 is to become the woman that Jesus has called me to be, to serve him, represent him, and to continue to deepen my relationship with him. So I am gonna make my list and then we could go through it together. Finished my list and I'm gonna go through it. I feel like if you've been following for a long time, then these things are gonna be similar, but usually I focus on a couple things, and I feel like this is universal for anyone that's interested in doing it. You can follow this guideline. One of the major things that revolves around my yearly plan is becoming a woman of God. What does that look like? Friendships, I have a finance section, health section, then I have an entertainment section, and I have finally my book club. I also have like another tiny list of just like goals I want to accomplish, things that I hope will come to be. It's a couple things that I've been doing for the past 3 years, or I guess this year is going to be officially my 3rd year, because at the end of 2023 is when I officially started to do this. It's when I just took a second to just really focus on who am I as a person, who do I want to become. And that's how this entire process started. I want to continue Bible study each day. Or something that I noticed I lacked in last year was that during the weekend I would not do my Bible study as much. Sometimes I would do it once. I want to make sure that I'm doing that. For worship, I recently started, I obviously worship God all the time, but I want to make sure that each day I at least have like, even if it's like one song, even if it's 4 minutes, that it's just me and like me actually worshiping him for thank you this day, thank you for just being my God, thank you for loving me, thank you for being who you are. 5 minutes kind of like circled, like to grow in this. I want to get to a point where I would hear from him and that time wouldn't just be 5 minutes. And let me explain. I think one thing that's so common with us is that we'll sit and we'll pray and we'll be speaking and telling God all these things, but when do we actually take the time to try to listen to him and just still our mind, be quiet and let him speak? I had many moments where God has spoken to me, but they're very rare, and I just want to get better at that, just being in silence and letting him talk to me. So I want to start it off with 5 minutes each day. Along with that is prayer time with Jesus flashcards, which you've probably seen in my videos that I have created, that I continue to write in, and just things that of who God is, his attributes. I have Bible verses that I'm memorizing. Something that I'm noticing that like I lack, it's just like I'll stick to it for a little bit and then I'll stop, and I don't like that. I'm an avid reader. I love romance books, but this for the past 2 years I've been adding here and there Christian books. I love the Christian books I read, and I just want to make sure that I'm actually reading my books, so I put a chapter a day. And finally I have my life group, which is my women's group at my church, philanthropy. And I want to serve in a specific area that I feel like I could do, and that's something that I hope to do this year as well. Next, in friendships, I want to start to do Bible study once a month with my friends. I think I would love to lead that. I want to hang out once a month with my friends, be more intentional with prayers, just like checking up on that. I also want to make new friends, and I think that is going to be possible. Finances, I don't really go too much into detail, but there's two that I want to share with you guys. I have been saying this for the past 2 years, and for the past 2 years I failed, but this year I am not failing because God is going to strengthen me, and it's in his hands completely. And that's that I no longer want to shop. I don't want to be paying credit card bills. I don't want to, like, I want to be free from that. I think while I've never been in debt, I've always had, since I was like 15, this consumerism within me where it's just like I want to buy stuff because I see it. It's been pushed on me for so long that in a way it's like a spiritual bondage that has been placed on me for so long, and I just want to be free from it. I want to live with intentionality of knowing that, like, hey, I'm gonna steward my money when God decides to give me more. Like, I'm not gonna be spending it on things that are not necessary. So for shopping, no shopping. I just put only restocks, and what I mean by that, it's like, obviously, like, if I need shampoo, if I need skincare, because I'm all out, I'm gonna buy those things. I know realistically, like, once a month I'm probably gonna be going out with my friend to eat. Book club, I have a book club with my friend. This is one where I actually didn't add that I wanted more people to join, and I think it's because I have an idea, a separate idea, which I'll go into right now. I want to pick my year schedule. Usually, since it's just me and her right now, 1 month she picks her book, the next month I pick a book. But I actually saw this picture, and I think it would be good for us to kind of follow a guideline of like, hey, we're looking for the specific genre, or we're looking for the specific book. I told her that it would be fun if we read a series, so even if it's like 3 or 4 books, and then we would rank them. I think that would be fun as well. Specifically for the summer, it would be fun if we start meeting. I think the reason why we don't meet up for book club at the end to review is because we text about it, and at the same time we always catch up every Sunday and we're like, oh, did you read this? How, like, you know, so it kind of feels, but I want to just be more intentional about actually like meeting up. And I think during the summer, like, meeting up and then having like a dish, I think that would be fun. Okay, for health, I'm gonna keep this quick and keep it moving. I have not been good with my vitamins, so I need to get back to that. Drink tea, specifically green tea and dandelion tea for my digestive system. I started biking this year. I've been doing Pilates. I've been walking, and not only walking but my treadmill, so just continuing to exercise. I want to eat healthier. That's a main goal of mine this year. Making sure my sleep schedule is as I've been doing it, and resetting monthly. Lastly, because we're almost done, have entertainment. This is something that I've been doing. Once again, it's been on my list. Watching 52 movies in a year. Watching a movie every week. But towards the end, I always slack off. You would think it's not hard to watch 52 movies, but there's times where, like, I don't know, I just don't. And I want to watch new shows. I want to stop watching the same shows I always watch. It's something that I got inspired by Sarah Caroli. If you watch her, then you know. She's been reading less romance and more genres. And that's something I want to do. I don't think I ever want to go into a crazy new genre, but I do think it would be so fun. For example, if you ever have watched Desperate Housewives, Gossip Girl, those type of shows, like, I think it would be so much fun if I could read that in a genre, like read books, a series, like exactly like a TV show. I think it would be so fun, especially if it had like a subplot of romance. The genre I'm looking for is called drama. So I want to just start reading more books, start to go into the city once a month. I used to call this my date. Once a month I wanted to take myself out on a date. It didn't have to be anything extravagant, but I wanted to do that this year. I have not done it, I don't even think, 1 month. Like, I love the city. I'm so close to the city. Like, I should be going out more regularly out there, and I don't, and I hate that. I don't think this year I went to the city other than like 2 times maybe. Next thing is events. This kind of ties in with one, like, going into the city. I just want to be more active. I want to be more out there. Like, I'm young. Why shouldn't I go out and be adventurous and do stuff? A bookstore that I'm really interested in, and that bookstore is always hosting book events, and I want to join that. I feel like I want to be a part of the community, which is why I guess one of my goals for my book club isn't to get more friends, but instead for me to join the store and become friends there. Maybe join a new book club. This year I started playing the piano or teaching myself. This is something that's like, I have picked up, but I'll pick it up for like a good 2 weeks and then I'll put it away for like 2 months, and I do not like that. With YouTube, I'm taking a step back from YouTube. I feel like my goal has always been that I just want to share my life with Christ, and everything he does, give him the glory. But at the same time, this is mainly and has always been my goal that like, hey, one day my kids will see this. Like, I want my kids to see this one day, that, or even myself, like I want to see my journey and my growth. I think with not really having any active followers or anyone seeing this, like, I know realistically, even if it's like 30, because I do have like a loyal 30 people that watch me regularly, I don't know, I guess it's discouraging. So I think next year I'm gonna focus on only putting 4 videos out. There might be more, I'm not saying there won't be, post the 4 seasons. I think this summer, when I posted my summer recap, I really love that vlog because it kind of recapped my summer, and it wasn't like so many videos. And I think I want to do that. I want to do like a winter, a spring, summer, and a fall vlog. The first year I used to plan my months, but I want to start planning instead of planning at home, because my home is my safe place. I love being at home, I'm a homebody, but I want to just step more out there, start to actually take my iPad, go to a coffee shop and plan my day. Like, get out, do that, right? And lastly, I want to take more pictures, videos for my book account, mainly my Bookstagram and my Booktok. My goals, I kind of keep them to myself, but I want to share a couple. Is the fruits of the spirit. So just working on myself and working on things that like I notice that are still there, that isn't good. Get rid of all the impurity. I want to move forward. I want open doors and blessings, and I want to be busy. And next year I just want to be so busy with friendships, with love, with happiness, with work, with stewarding everything God gives me. And those are the main just goals I had. There is one place I want to travel to, so when hopefully that comes, and hopefully it'll be in the summer vlog. But that's my 2026. There's just something that may cry. Your kindness and your compassion. It is January 18. I am currently dog sitting, and I have been sick for the past 2 weeks. It's been pretty tough. I'm also currently fasting, and since I decided to do this year differently in recording, I thought every little moment still counts. So here is a clip of the very beginning of the year. Currently gonna spend time with God. I did my devotional in the morning. I did Pastor Mark's devotional in the beginning of January. I think it will be amazing to see towards the end of the year all this footage. And I'm also doing another devotional on the free Bible app. Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a quick book update here. I'm currently reading 2 books. A lot has changed with the way I read books, which I'm actually really excited about that I've been doing it this way. And it's because I never set a Goodreads goal this year. It feels like there's no pressure to read. Love that because it feels just fun. Once again, reading just to read. The books I'm currently reading. I actually bought the physical copy. This is My Dark Ever After by Gianna Darling, and I actually read book 1 in Florence, which funny enough it's where it takes place in Italy, when I went for my birthday. And I liked book 1, and then the very ending of that book kind of left me disappointed, so I wasn't really excited to read book 2, but I started it on my Kindle, and within the first 2 chapters I was like, this is so good, I need to add it to my want to buy list on Amazon. And I have this list. right now it has like 10 books, and eventually I'll buy them. And that's a little other update where I believe that every month I'll buy one book or two books depending if it's cheap. For example, this, I added it and I noticed that they were $10. I bought book one and book two. The other one's in my bookshelf right now, so you can't see it. But not only that, when you checked out, they gave me a $5 discount. So then in total, it was $17 for both of them, with taxes included. So these were my first two books that I bought since last December. Not this past December, but the last one in 2024. Reading this one on my Kindle, which this is how I have it decorated right now. I am currently reading book one of this series, which, funny enough, I said this in one of my videos a while back, that I wasn't interested in reading small town romance, and now I'm at that point in my life where that's where I want to read. This series is called The Sullivan Family by Luna Hendricks. It is so good, guys. I read the prequel, which is actually a novella, so it was really short, but then I started this one and I'm only like 5 chapters in, but I'm excited because it's this coastal small town in Michigan, and in the small town there's two rival families, and the first series is the Sullivan series, which I'm reading right now, 4 books, and then the next one, it's the King series, which is the other family in that small town, and that one I think is 5 books. I am so excited. So this is my little book update of what I'm currently reading in the month of February, which is about to end. I am in my new bedroom, like a new setup in my room, and I love it because I just realized that I could start filming in this way, and I love it because you can see my background is my bookshelves, and right now my bookshelves, the way I organize them, they're my pride and joy, specifically because I didn't see this. I obviously haven't been recording, but in the month of December, I finished my TBR, which, thank God. I sold my books that I did not like, that weren't my favorite, that were just simply okay, that I didn't care to keep. In total, I sold 150 books, around that amount, and I only kept my favorite books to have a library of only my favorite books of all time. So literally my shelves are just filled with books that I absolutely love and would always recommend. And you're gonna see a little, not only a room tour, but you're gonna see a little bookshelf tour right now. This is a quick overview of my bookshelf, and you're going to be able to see all the books I did keep. So there is a system to this specific bookshelf, and I did pretty much dark romance. Then my intention was just forbidden here, but it actually went down all the way to this one. Then this is contemporary romance, and then it goes into my little fantasy section. But this is what I have in these shelves, the books that I love. It's also the books that I liked. And these are the books that I have yet to read. Only these right here, this one, and then finally this one. So it's only 4 books technically on my TBR. I love this section. I love my chair here. I love my bookshelves. It looks so good. But moving on to this one, I have to say this is by far my favorite bookshelf. The way it has turned out. Display my favorite books. Special editions from my favorite books. So they're just up there. And then I also have special editions down here. Those are just the original covers of the DN series, Corrupt and Killswitch, which are my favorite. For this one, I did rom-com. Then it kind of goes into billionaire series, just romance that I'm like love. And then this one is technically sports. The billionaire kind of starts here, like rich, that type of trope. My bookmarks, and then down here I have my Kindle kind of covered by my chair, but this is my mafia romance bookshelf. This is how it looks. I dedicated this first shelf all to Cora Riley, which this is a series I started and became obsessed with when I first started reading. And then I did display these special editions here of Luca Viriello, Gianna Darling. And then I have obviously my little glasses from when I went to Europe. Then down here I have Sophie Lark, Runix. We have Danielle Laurie, Gianna Darling. And then this bottom one, you can't really tell, but it's pretty much all Michelle Hurd, especially behind this Shatterbox. It's a memory box. I have one by Jagger Cole, and this one is by Nevia. And that is officially a quick bookshelf tour for all my books that I kept and love. Good morning, it's a new day, and I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm gonna go to the library because I want to open or get a library card. I haven't had one since I was a little girl, and I think it's time. I checked out this library, which is actually so close to my house, a while back, and I was just planning on getting the library card a little bit closer to spring, but I thought, why not today? I've been wanting to read. I'm so excited. Sounds so good as well. Officially a library card owner. The Paris apartment, I love Paris. I thought it would be amazing to pick something up different. For this author, I specifically want to start reading her book. Her books just give you summer vibes, but I decided to just grab it because this one is more, I'm sure it takes somewhat place in the summer, but it's the fact that it's like more focused on a hotel. 21 days to read them.
And came to his own town. Some men brought to him a paralyzed man, lying on a mat. When Jesus, listen, saw their, take heart, son.
Quickly wanted to sit with you guys and just talk about my faith right now. Been a bit tough in January just because I got sick for 3 weeks. I was terribly sick, and then in that sickness I was also doing a fast. My church does 21 days of fasting in January, and this was the first time I was doing it with the church. I've done it before but by myself, and I had to cut my fast short, so I only did about 2 weeks. It left me in a weird place. At least that's how I felt in my relationship with God, just because when I was sick, I was just in bed. I literally was having fevers. I had the flu really, really badly. And I wasn't in my Bible as much as I usually am. I just wasn't, I didn't go to church for a whole month. It was just very odd. February, my goal was to start getting a little bit back into, you know, obviously my routine, just getting back to Jesus. And slowly I've been doing that. I did feel kind of far from God at one point. It just was different. And then I had a friend actually tell me, like, Stephanie, like last season, you were praying in the morning, you were up at 7, 6, whatever it was, and you were in the Bible. But this season it looks different. This season you're doing that at night, and that's also okay. To have this idea of what it should look like, especially with the whole being a Proverbs 31 woman. And I just think every journey looks different. And I think for so long I'm just so used to like doing this routine, especially in the morning, and I wasn't doing that routine, and it was just it was different from what I expected at the beginning of the year. And now month of February, I had joined slash started to join these other women's groups, and I took a step back from my specific church. I want to make more connections. I just want to find more community. So there's that. But I did feel it in my soul where God was kind of saying, like, you're chasing after all these groups, but you're not spending time with me. And I'm just slowly starting to get just more back into prayer. And that doesn't mean I haven't been faithful and I haven't been obeying God. And it's more of like, I'm so used to spending so much time with him that this past 2 months that I haven't been, it kind of left me in a weird place, and now I'm just trying to get back to that. But I did want to quickly share, and this is the last part I have to share. Even though I haven't gone to the Thursday group, I have been doing it and I've been loving it. So we have my Bible that I'm currently using. I'm actually doing this Bible devotional. Started in January and I haven't finished it because I got sick, but I literally have like 4 days left. I have to just finish that, but this is the one that I've been prioritizing right now, and it's called Elizabeth Dealing with Disappointments, and it's literally just focused on chapter 1 of Luke. I love that I have so many prompts, and it's just amazing. Like, it's I want to look more into this author and do more for devotionals because I saw she had more. I bought this used for $7, and I'm so glad that I bought this because it's been helping so much. And I feel like you can see the sticky notes in here. I just been more meditating on this. Each day the devotional isn't quick. It's not just like a quick question, a quick prompt, because this one literally, it's like 2 pages per day where you have to go into different scripture and do all this, and you have to like meditate on these, or like it just asks you a question. I'm taking my time with it. So I quickly just wanted to show you that this is a devotional I'm doing, and I quickly wanted to explain that just because my life is Jesus. It's literally centered around Jesus, and this, I wanted to just be vulnerable and share that. This is an angle I never thought I would be filming at, but I'm actually really excited. This next little portion, I mentioned to you guys that I am no longer shopping the way I am. I've actually have been doing so well, and it's all because I gave it to Jesus. And I was like, God, I have a problem with shopping. Here's my addiction to this, and here's my other problem with dealing with reading spice scenes in romance books, and that has been another victory that Jesus has. So thank you, Lord. But I quickly wanted to show you the 3 things I did technically get, and they were early birthday gifts, and that was the only way that I wanted to accept them, because it's something that I've been wanting, looking at for months, but I haven't bought it. And I'm gonna just quickly show you. It's 3 things, very practical and very much needed for this year. This year, one of my goals is that I wanted to start running. I say that lightly. I'm gonna do more of a jogging because I'm a jogger, not a runner. But I've been seeing the On Cloud brand, and I've been seeing runners love their shoes specifically because of this, and these were on sale, and I really like that it's a gray and then a black sole, just because I feel like they don't get dirty as quickly. And I used them the other day. I actually went on my first run the other day. It was 60 something. Practical buy, if you will. My pair that I had, they were just Nike. They had no support, no ankle support, no type of running support, and I've had them since high school. And they were not ripped yet, but they were literally marked where the rip was about to happen. So I got these last year. I think you probably saw that I bought Coach handbags that were shoulder bags. I have a decent amount of bags, but majority of my bags are small, more for like going out cuteness, if you will. And I don't have an everyday bag. And I was thinking about this, and I was thinking how I want a work bag when I start working again. And I want something that would fit everything. We're talking laptop, iPad, a notebook, a book, my Kindle. Not that I'm literally gonna be carrying all these things at the same time, but I wanted something big. I started looking at Coach, and I found this one, and I love it so much because I feel like it goes with every outfit. Black, white, in those spectrums, it goes with everything. This is the bag. I actually really love it, and this material, it's not smooth. I don't know what to call it. I almost want to call it a terry material, but I love it because you can wear it as a shoulder bag. You just have to adjust the strap, just so you gotta adjust. I love how it looks. It looks so good. I love that it's actually the logo all over. Usually I don't really like logo, but I feel like it makes it like a statement bag, so it literally does go with everything. I'm really excited. I just got it, and it was a gift from my mom for my birthday. And now I'm gonna show you my dad's gift. Okay, you're literally looking at my dad's gift. This is the Osmo Pocket DJI version 3. It's the latest version. For anyone who knows, I had the original first camera, and on my last birthday trip in August, I unfortunately lost it. What hurt the most was actually the fact that I lost all the footage from my birthday trip with my family. That really hurt. I cried many times, and unfortunately it's gone. I couldn't, there's just no way. And for the longest time, I've had my eye just trying to find. I was even looking at the second version, because when I came back, this camera was like $900, like pretty much going up in that area, and I just didn't want to spend that. So ultimately, this is the one I got because it went on sale for the cheapest price that it has ever been, and this was my gift from my dad. So it's the one I've been recording at. I don't know if you noticed the difference versus my other camera, which this is my other camera. Yeah, this is the camera that I got gifted, and this was his birthday gift. And those are the only 3 purchases that have been made. So happy and joyful for them, and you're gonna see me using them all year round. So there's that.